All right, hello. I think we're live, back by popular demand. We thought, there we go. Hello, guys. Back by popular demand. Noelle wanted to say hi. Might have only been Grandpa's request, but say hi. Hi. Before we get started, you say hi. We're going to talk today about the top 10 supplements that we have in our home and what we use to stay healthy, keep me and my family healthy. If you're joining live, say hello, and I'm going to pass Noelle off to Daddy because she distracts me because she's just so darn cute. You say hi? Hey, Heather. Yeah, there's Noelle. She's not sure what to think about this. Hey, you give them a smile? No? Okay, we're going to pass you off to Daddy. Say, I'll be back. All right, guys. So like I said, I want to try to keep this to a hopefully about 20 minutes. You know me, I get chatty and I have a hard time sticking to the 20-minute mark. But hey, Spike, that was for you. So you can always FaceTime if you need more Noelle time. So really, like I said, every Sunday I'm going to try to hop on. I really enjoyed last Sunday. A lot of you guys joined live. It was a lot of fun having conversation, especially now that you can't get out of your house much. I'm a social person. I miss people. And so this was kind of nice. It was like having coffee with my girlfriends and you, Spike. Today we'll talk about the top 10 supplements. This is such an important aspect of how we stay healthy in our home. So I think it's very timely. Wanted to share. I've had lots of questions about this. In fact, I was on a call last night talking about some of the supplements that I use. So lots of people have questions right now. I think with everything going on, people are starting to look at their lifestyle and see how they can best take care of themselves. It's one thing that we have some control over. Is how we take care of ourselves, how we eat, hopefully getting lots of sleep, drinking lots of water, and the supplements is a really nice addition. So I'm going to talk about that today. And then next Sunday, I want to talk about my top DIYs. And then stay tuned for some more topics. And as always, if you guys have any suggestions, let me know because I want to make this relevant for you guys. If it's not relevant, then, really I'm just here talking to myself. So hop on, say hello, ask questions as we go throughout. And let me know if you guys are using the supplements, which ones you're using, which ones you love, or if you have any specific questions, definitely let me know. So my first one that I want to talk about, you guys can probably guess, is the Lifelong Vitality. So this is by far the most popular supplement that doTERRA offers. It is a pack of 3. So it is your Alpha CRS, which is like your cellular complex. And I'll talk about each of them for a quick moment. Then you have your omegas, then you have your multivitamin. And like I said, this is actually, given doTERRA is most well known for their oils worldwide, this is actually our top seller because it is a supplement that I believe the reason it's a top seller is there's no risk in trying it because doTERRA is so confident in the product that they'll offer you a full refund if you don't like the product or if you're not noticing a difference. And almost everybody that goes on it does physically notice a difference in using it, which is really nice because a high-end supplement costs a lot of money. All supplements are not created equal. It's the same thing with your oils. You really need to know a lot about the sourcing of the supplement, what's in the supplement, how bioavailable it is. This is hugely important. So if you're just running out to the drugstore or Costco and you're just buying a supplement that you don't know much about, many of those supplements are mega dosing. So they're just throwing a whole bunch of stuff at you, a whole bunch of vitamin C, A, D, hoping that your body absorbs some of it. And that's really a waste of money, in my opinion. So my kind of journey, I guess, in starting with the supplements was I was very skeptical because I believed that if I was eating healthy, I really didn't need to go on a supplement. That was just that was just my belief. I went to school for health sciences. There wasn't a lot of talk about supplements, and when you did hear about them, you often heard about what a waste of money it was. And so I really didn't think that I needed to go on any sort of supplement because we eat quite healthy in our home. However, the more I looked into this, the more I realized I was wrong. And sorry to break it to you if that is your belief. However, unless you are a superwoman, garden goddess, and you're out there growing every single piece of your food, and you're familiar with the sourcing of the seeds and the soil, and you're in your garden and your kitchen 100% of the time, cooking everything from scratch. Unless you're doing all that, you really are not getting exactly what it is your body needs. And the bottom line is just the way our soil is, the way things are grown now. Even if you're, shopping organic and whole foods, which we do in this home, you are still needing some sort of supplementation. It affects everything. It affects your immune system. It affects your mental health. It affects your gut health. It affects your hormones. And the list goes on and on. So this is, hugely important. You don't want to be deficient in any one area because it can have a huge impact. And it can be a trickle effect, right? So you can have an impact in being deficient somewhere and not even realizing it, and it can impact so many other areas of your life. And we see this often where there's quite a few studies done. Dr. Kelly Brogan, she wrote a really interesting book. She's a psychiatrist and an MD. She wrote an interesting book about a lot of people that she studied with mental health conditions, and that when she really dug deep into it, they turned out to be deficient in a number of minerals and vitamins and things like that. So anyways, that's not what I was here to talk about today, but I just think it's really important for us to be aware. Whether you use the doTERRA supplements or not, do your research. Opt into a high-end supplement. Make sure you know what you're getting. And I really think it's super important for all of us to be looking at supplementation. Okay, so number one supplement in my top 10. And yes, there are 10 supplements. So I never thought I would be taking all these supplements if you told me a couple of years back, but I also have never felt so great. And it's, the Lifelong Vitality specifically with the 3-pack, this is one where I noticed a physical difference after taking it for 30 days. And I notice a difference when I'm not good at taking it. If I'm traveling, I've gotten way better at taking it when traveling because they offer these little packets. So you can toss them in your purse. Not that we're going many places right now, but eventually, or back in the day when we were able to travel, I would love doing that because that would give me the ability to take them on the go, because I really do notice a difference when I don't take them regularly. Like I said, the multivitamin is in there. The big thing that's known about the multivitamin is that it's made with not only just isolating the vitamins, but you have your vitamins and your minerals in there in sort of a whole food form. So your body recognizes it much better than just an isolated thing that somebody pulls out in a lab, if that makes sense. So your body recognizes it as a whole food, and therefore they process it and absorb it. And that's the big difference with doTERRA's multivitamin. Again, I'm not going to go into huge detail. If you guys have questions, let me know, or there's lots of information. You can Google Lifelong Vitality and find a ton of information. Then you have your omega. So land and sea-based omega is hugely important for your brain health, for mental clarity, to clear up any of that fog. This is super, super important. And again, not all created equal. You have to make sure that it's being sourced from a very good land and sea-based omega. Then you have your cellular complex, which, like I said, this is your alpha CRX. And this basically is almost like aging in reverse. So any sort of oxidation that occurs with the free radicals in your body creates aging, and things start to slow down a little bit, especially with things like your gut health, with energy, with everything. So this kind of reverses that or slows down that process. And this is where you're really going to feel more of that energy in a natural way. So not with supplementation of, like an energy drink or something like that, but you're going to feel it in a more natural way. And I'm going to talk about another supplement that really helps with that as well. So those are your lifelong vitality. Anybody have any questions there? Say hi if you're on, because I can't see with this new Facebook, I can't actually tell when people are logging on and watching. So say hello if you're there. So that's your lifelong vitality. That's our number one thing in this household that is keeping us healthy. Jeff and I are taking this on the daily. Like I said, it helps on all levels, your energy, your immune system, your gut health, your emotional health. I could go on and on. Then the second supplement that I think is hugely important is the Terrazyme. So Terrazyme is a digestive enzyme. And the best way to kind of explain this one is it's really, really, really great for people that have issues and sensitivities to food. So for somebody who has some sensitivities to lactose, like myself, if you have sensitivities to gluten, any of those things, this is going to be a godsend for you. I have heard some amazing, amazing stories about how this can support. And I know personally it has been a huge support for me. For a person that often would get upset stomach, who is very sensitive to certain foods, or very sensitive if we were eating out or eating something that was a little harder to digest, or fast food, anything along those lines, this is hugely helpful. It basically helps you absorb the good nutrients within the food and process and eliminate the bad nutrients. That's the best way to describe it. And like I said, helps tremendously with digestion. The other thing that it's been shown to be really awesome for is things like skin issues and eczema. I know Noelle was showing little signs of baby eczema, and we've been able to figure that out through making a really awesome DIY salve. But then also I know that sometimes it is sensitivities to what I'm eating, and then I'm breastfeeding her. And one of the things that came up time and time again was taking your Terrazyme, and that will help with her eczema. And so I take Terrazyme anyways, but I've been amping it up to 2 a day instead of my 1 a day. I love taking this first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. So I did pop Terrazyme first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, and I do my lifelong vitality at lunch and then at dinner. The third one that I want to chat about is the PB Assist, which is our probiotic. And we have one for adults and one for kids, and we use both. I don't have to most likely educate you guys on why probiotics are so important. It's huge. Your gut health is huge, and not all probiotics are created equal. So do your research on that. The one thing that doTERRA differentiates on quite a bit is they have a pre and a probiotic within their capsule. The prebiotic is like food for your probiotic. Again, you can do a little research on that, and it's double encapsulated. So it allows the pre and probiotic to actually get to your where it needs to go, to your intestines, into your stomach, without getting broken down in your stomach acid. So that's really important as well. So the kids, it's in a powder form, and even though you can't see it, each little powder crystal is double encapsulated as well. So very, very powerful. I actually personally like to switch on and off. I will take the adult probiotic for about 20 days, and then I'll go off for about 10 days. There's been some research shown that can be really beneficial to give your body a bit of a break from the probiotic. And in those 10 days that you're off of the probiotic, just eat great foods like kimchi, sauerkraut, kombucha, things that have natural probiotic in it. And then sometimes what I'll do is I'll switch back on to taking the kids' probiotics for a couple days, because it has a slightly different strain. And the kids love their probiotic. They're like sugar sticks. They ask for them every day. They ask for them multiple times a day. And I have to tell them, no, you're only allowed 1 a day. And so that's been an awesome thing for them. Jameson had some stomach issues when he was quite young, just complaining of a stomach ache. We went and saw a naturopath. And this has been a big helper for him in keeping him really regular and just not having or complaining of an upset stomach. Again, healthy gut impacts everything, impacts your immune system, impacts your mental health. I've said this before, but I remember being blown away when I heard this, was there's actually more serotonin in your gut. So serotonin is that receptor that we often think about within our brains that helps it with us feeling happy, right? But what what I didn't realize was that there's more serotonin in your gut than in your brain. And so think about that. If you have an unhappy gut, that is absolutely impacting how you're feeling. And it's impacting your immune system and all that. So again, a really awesome way to proactively stay healthy. So that's number 3. Let me know if you guys have tried any of those. The Lifelong Vitality, the Terrazyme, or the probiotic. They're probably the most popular through doTERRA. And one of the things doTERRA does really well is if you're buying the Lifelong Vitality, you can actually get some of these other supplements at a much discounted rate. So if you do not know how to do that and you're buying the Lifelong Vitality, let me know. There's a little button that says add to your pack, and then you can go in and select a couple more vitamins, and it's almost half the price. So it's a really good deal. I didn't actually know that at first, so I kicked myself. So please let me know. If you don't know, I'll show you, because you'll save a lot of money. What time a day do I take the probiotic? So I've been taking the probiotic, trying to take the probiotic at night, because again, I've heard a couple things. There's a couple theories that differ, but I've heard a couple things about taking it at night. And it kind of made sense to me, because the thought was you take it at night and then you're sleeping through the night without eating and having, conflicting things going on in your gut. It allows your probiotic to really do the best work. With, your flora and fauna within your gut. So that kind of made sense to me to take it at night. But in all honesty, sometimes if I'm super busy, I'll just take it when I can. So I like to take it at least one per day, like I said, for 20 days, and then I take 10 days off, if that makes sense. So Heather, hopefully that answers your question. But yes, and then I try for the kids too in the evening. Lots of times we'll put the little packet by their toothbrush, so they'll take it and then they'll brush their teeth. But again, it doesn't always work out that way. So sometimes they just take it when they take it. They also really liked me sending their probiotic in their lunches when school was a thing. And so that, again, I thought that was kind of fun, because that, kind of empowered them throughout the day to take something that they knew was healthy for them. Okay, so number 4, I just had to mention it separately, was the kids multivitamin. Won't be relevant to all of you if you don't have kiddos, but I just think this has been a huge part and why my kids have stayed so healthy. Obviously the oils, our lifestyle, eating healthy, getting lots of sleep, but the multivitamin is great too, because let's be honest, if we're not getting what we need, even if we're doing super well with eating whole foods and lots of fruits and veggies, our kids are definitely not. And so I wish I wrote this down. I think it's something like, I know in the adult Lifelong Vitality, it's 12 servings of fruit and vegetables per serving. So that's pretty big. And in the kids vitamin, it's very similar. So you're getting a really big, what am I trying to say? A really big, impact per serving that you're taking. Again, very bioavailable. So that's what's super important. So the kids vitamin, doTERRA has on the label, they recommend 4 years or older. I've looked into this in very big detail, because I started giving the multivitamin to my son around 2 years of age, and I will do the same thing for Noel. The reason they say 4+ is because of a choking hazard. It's a bit of a big vitamin, so they really have to be able to chew it properly. So what I would do with Sam when he was 2 is I would cut it into little chunks so that he could eat it that way, and it wasn't a problem. And like I've said before, Sam has, knock on wood, has never ever had to be on any sort of medication or antibiotic as of yet. And he has stayed very healthy and has been in daycare and all that sort of stuff. And so I think this has been a big part of it. Yeah, Jess, so much research on the second brain. That's exactly, your second brain being your gut. So important for mental health. It's really, really interesting stuff to learn more about the biome in your gut as well. It's fascinating. Okay, so number 4 was the kids multivitamin, huge. Number 5 is turmeric for me. So again, I'm sharing for me what's been working and what I find really super important. The turmeric soft gel, this was just launched recently. You've probably heard of all the benefits of turmeric. such as a huge anti-inflammatory. And this is very, very important when it comes to infections and disease, and very high antioxidant support. Now, what's different with doTERRA is they've done something that no one else has done yet, where they've taken, there's two chemical constituents that are really important that really support your body, and that is curcuminoids and tumerones. And the challenge with this is they're really hard to isolate, and your body doesn't absorb them that well. So especially the tumerones, which is what a lot of people is what you find in like the herb and what a lot of people will be using. So if you're using just a straight up powder and herb for a latte, you're probably not absorbing, or scientifically you're not absorbing what you really need to be for it to be beneficial. So what doTERRA's taken is the oil form that has the one constituent and the herb form, and they've created this technology where they're able to deliver it to your system and make it very bioavailable, because one actually helps the other become bioavailable. And anyways, what you can do is you can go on Google and research or watch a video, because Dr. Hill explains it really, really well. So if you want to look up Dr. Hill turmeric capsules or turmeric supplements, he can explain it really well. Bottom line is it's super, super bioavailable, meaning it's actually getting to all your cells in your system. And so it's working, which is important, if you're spending money on this. So turmeric, for me, I take that every morning along with my Terrazyme. So first thing in the morning, I have a big glass of water or big water bottle with my lemon oil, and I take my Terrazyme and my turmeric. I just take one capsule if I'm feeling I need extra. So when I was healing from after having Noel, I'm healing, so I took extra. So if there's a time, if you're feeling aches and pains, if you feel like you need an anti-inflammatory, you maybe want to take two, but I take one, and I take that in the morning. Right now, unfortunately, they're sold out because obviously with everything going on, people are reaching out to some of the products that they know work really, really, really well and keeping them healthy. And this is one of them. So keep an eye. You do have to purchase this one in the US warehouse. Same with the probiotic. Terrazyme and Lifelong Vitality are in Canada. So just a side note, some of these you will have to purchase through the US warehouse. Turmeric's been sold out, but keep an eye because it will be back. And if you have the turmeric oil, you can always add it to a gel cap and take it internally. It's not quite going to be the same because it doesn't have the technology and it doesn't have the curcuminoid aspect of it, but it'll still be beneficial. Okay, number 6, I'm going to try to go through the next few kind of quickly because I have already taken up 20 minutes. Number 6 is Mito2 Max. This is a really awesome supplement for energy, supports cellular energy production at the mitochondria level. So it's a natural form of energy. So again, it's not like a coffee or a caffeine supplement that's going to boost your energy unnaturally and then you crash. It's a very clean form of energy. And so it is awesome for a busy mama or anybody who feels that they need that extra bit of energy. I take this one on an ad needed basis. So if I personally, sometimes if I'm feeling that really tired slump in the afternoon, this is a great thing to reach for instead of reaching for, that sugary treat or that extra cup of coffee, as I have my extra cup of coffee right now. Noelle was up a lot last night. So this is just a really great thing to reach for to naturally boost your energy. So that's the Mito2 Max. Then number 7 is On Guard Soft Gels. Again, this is taken on an ad needed basis. When I'm feeling run down, this is what I reach for. It's almost like a natural cold effects or a natural antibiotic in a sense. That probably isn't a compliant thing to say, but this is a private Facebook group, so that's probably okay. But it is like, it has superpower oils in this, like black pepper, melissa, clove, oregano, eucalyptus, and then of course you're On Guard. You can make these yourself. You can Google the recipe or ask me and I can send it to you. You can make the capsules yourself. They are sold out right now, again, because of how powerful they are. I'm lucky that I have a stock. So we've been taking them, we took them obviously when we were traveling back from Florida, before a lot of this craziness started. If any of us start to feel run down, we will start taking them. I'm saving them for that. Sometimes what I would do is I would cut it in half and take the oil out and rub it on the bottoms of the kids' feet, just because it's a bit of a big supplement for them to take internally. And I would suggest kids being a little bit older to take this internally, because it does have some pretty powerful oils in it. So on the bottoms of their feet. The other alternative with this being sold out right now are On Guard beadlets. Let me see. I think I have a bunch. Give me a second here. Here. These little beadlets have On Guard in them. It's a quarter of a drop in each little beadlet, and this is what my kids will take if they're feeling run down. Again, not on the daily, but it's just a little extra oomph if you need it. And it's very easy for them to take because they can take 2 little beadlets with their water, and it's super easy to swallow because they're tiny, tiny, tiny. So that's another option, guys. Number 8 that I wanted to chat about is the Yarrow Palm Cellular Beauty Complex. So this is a new one for me, and it's part of the Yarrow Palm line, which is the most beautiful line of oils for your skin. I can't say that enough. The body oil is just amazing. I've always put it on my chest and my hands, just kind of the spots that age. I've been putting it on my stomach, pre and post baby. And then you have your oil, and then you have your supplement. And the reason I want to bring this one up, and I'm taking this every night now before bed, I keep this up in my bathroom. It's amazing for your skin from the inside out. So keeping you looking very young, the elasticity in your skin, giving you that glow. So, I mean, even if we never leave the house again, you still want your skin to look nice. So I started taking it for that reason. But the cool thing is there's been a lot of talk about the ingredients in this in keeping you very healthy. So it has ingredients in it like vitamin C, zinc, frankincense resin. So frankincense resin is different than the oil, and it's very, very, very powerful. Again, you can do some of your own research on that. Melissa oil, so it has some powerful oils. Turmeric, which we talked about. So I'm taking one of these every night, just as an extra boost to my immune system right now. And hey, if it makes me look younger and my skin glow even more, then that's not a bad side effect, right? So that's number 8. I'm taking at night. And number 9 is the Serenity Soft Gel. That is amazing for sleep. So this is one that, again, I don't necessarily take it every night, but I have it on hand. If my mind's racing, feel like I'm not falling asleep, which is happening from time to time because there's a lot going on right now, right? People are stressed and anxious. And so the Serenity Soft Gel is amazing to take 1 or 2 right before bed. It has lavender in it, lemon balm, passion flower, chamomile, and something called L-theanine. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but you can check out the ingredients and do some of your research on that. But it's all natural, and it really does make a difference. Jeff's taken it a couple times too, and it's amazing. So that is for sleep. And again, I take that on an as-needed basis and highly, highly recommend it. And then number 10 was a switch up between 2 that I like to have on hand that I don't take on a regular basis, but I take when I need it, is Adaptive. It's a new supplement specifically for anxiety, really, anxiety, stress, and then Copaiba, which is also really, really good for any sort of anxiety, if your mind's racing at night, or really good in supporting multiple systems in your body. I mean, if you actually go and look at the list, it lists almost every system within your body that it can support. And there's some really cool research on Copaiba that you can look into yourself in relation to how it compares to CBD as far as the benefits. So basically, without getting into a lot of detail, it compares to CBD with the benefits that it can offer, However, it's showing that it's much more bioavailable. So your body can process it better than CBD, therefore having a bigger impact. Again, do your research. Dr. Hill does a really awesome talk about the difference between copaiba and CBD oil. And then your adaptive, there's so much amazing research coming out about this oil. You can buy it in an oil, but you can also buy it in a supplement and take this on a regular basis for any anxiety or support on that side of things, and just for mental health support. And yeah, there's been some really cool clinical studies and trials with people, with kids, with this oil and with the supplement, with first responders. So keep your eye out on that. I'm actually attending leadership for doTERRA, not in person now, over online, and it starts tomorrow. Tomorrow's Monday. Yeah, it starts tomorrow. The days are blending into one another. And there's going to be quite a bit of talk about some of the adaptive research. So I will probably do a separate live at some point on this, because I think it's just so unbelievably important. And it's something very near and dear to my heart, is that emotional support, that mental health support. But that's the other one that I wanted to mention to you guys that I have on hand that I will take. Often it's one that I will take in the evening right before bed, because I tend to have my mind start to go when everybody is sleeping and it's quiet at night. And so this has been really helpful for me. And I did take adaptive for about a week there when I personally was feeling super anxious about everything that was going on. And so it's been nice to have on hand for that as well. Hey, Jess, yeah, try Ease for seasonal allergies. Jeff uses that, so I don't really get allergies, but he has said that that helps tremendously. And that's a combination of lavender, peppermint, and lemon in a gel cap, and can be hugely beneficial for people who have seasonal allergies, which is kind of coming up right with spring. So that's a great one. So guys, that's my top 10. I know that's a lot of information because there's just so much to share when it comes to these supplements. However, they've made a huge difference on keeping our family super healthy. And I'm super grateful to have these right now. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. Like I said, a lot of them you do have to purchase in the US. However, doTERRA does a really great job of bundling them up, especially with the Lifelong Vitality. Way cheaper to buy it as a bundle, and then add some of your other things like your Terrazyme, your Mito2 Max, your probiotic, because it'll save you money as you bundle them. So let me know if you have questions about that, because I want to make sure you're getting the best deal possible. And yeah, I'm always here to answer questions and help you out if you want to get started. Thanks, Heather, for joining in. Hopefully that was helpful. And have a great week, guys. And I'll see you back here same time, 11 o'clock on Sunday, to talk about top DIYs. I know this is always a hot topic for people, so hopefully we can have some of you join live. Okay, bye guys. Have a good one.